Oh man, here we go, man. We're in New Orleans right now, and we're back with another interview, man. We got Currency, and little do y'all know, man, we did a fucking classic interview last year, but technical difficulties, we couldn't upload it. I'm not gonna throw nobody under the bus. I think it was one of our best interviews. But we're back though, man. Happy New Year. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I can't complain. The weather's pretty decent today. I've been able to just drive around and hang out, I had nothing to complain about. Me and my son, we built a ramp and we shot some monster trucks off in the air. Had a good one. What'd you say?
Our last interview that we didn't upload, it was at your shop.
Yeah, at the Jet Life store.
Really dope shop.
Yeah, I'm glad, man. You gotta come back, get you some more shit.
Yep, and we talked about the investment of it.
Yeah, well, actually, we about how many years have we been there now?
In the store?
Yeah.
About 4.
Whoa.
3.5.
Yeah, I think we like 4 years in right there. That's prime real estate, downtown Canal Street in New Orleans. That's not the same as when you say Canal Street in New York. Like Canal Street in New York is where you get like the bogus Rolex. That's not what happens on Canal Street in New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? So we got like some major real estate right there. No slight to New York, because there's tons of streets where you get real Rolexes, but it's just not on Canal Street from what I hear.
Right. And I asked you in the last interview, I was like, it was rappers with way more clout, way more Instagram followers that don't own, real estate on that level. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because that word, that clout, before it became an industry word, it was really truer to what its definition is. You know what I'm saying? Because actually, real clout is what we have, because all of the bigger factions who people do look at actually get their thing from your boy anyway, and everybody know that. So actually, like, who have the clout, you know what I'm saying? So what happened is they are not really focused on the same thing, you know what I'm saying? Because they got one way of bringing their bread in, and that's a blessing, but we're blessed enough to have a fair gauge of time and know that no matter how much success we have musically, that's at a limited time. It's really about having more pots on the burner. We got 6 burners on the stove, so every burner should have a pot on it,
Right. Now, were you just driving by and you seen an abandoned building, or did you have an idea already that you wanted a store and you was just looking for it?
Well, I mean, who doesn't want a store? I wanted a store that sold my own brand before I even had a brand. Like, my first 10 Deep jacket made me want to have a store. And that building is the spot where we parked our lowriders at, like, for years, like since my blue glass house. We used to drive on Canal Street and park right there. That was it used to be an administration building for UNO. So at night they wasn't doing business. It was just a prime parking spot that had good lights. So we parked there and take pictures of the cars, and then one day, just smoking, chilling, like with the cars, I'm like, oh, this bitch for sale. So
yeah,
well, come on. I already love this spot. Let's figure out what we're gonna do.
That's crazy investment, man. Crazy investment.
Yeah, it's working out.
And you told me that the Ferrari was an asshole purchase. It was a dumb purchase, but you did it anyways.
The Ferrari? Yeah, I probably should have waited before I bought that. But I do remember right after the first concert I did when I bought that car, I heard Musa like yelling to, I don't even know who it was. They must have had a discussion beforehand that maybe I shouldn't have got it. But then I went and I did this great show. I guess we made a good grip of money that night or whatever. And he was like, I told you we should let him get the Ferrari. And, bam, I guess it wasn't an asshole purchase because it sent me into another thing,
Yeah. I remember you did a vlog on YouTube and you were living in an apartment.
Yep. Yeah, I had an air mattress. I had an air mattress in the trunk of the Ferrari. I didn't have a couch.
Right.
I had a Ferrari and an address. You know, that was the only plan. I hadn't really thought it all the way out. You know, just bam, here goes the $1 million check. Fuck out, let's get a Ferrari. I didn't know about other shit. Yeah, I didn't even have like, you know that, what's that little toilet? I didn't have toilet seat covers. You know how to put that thing? It always be like a girl got to do that shit. But then the older you get, you know that you should have like a little thing that matched this, bop, bop, bop. I didn't even have none of that shit in the crib. I just had a Ferrari. You would assume I had a lot more going on in my place based on the car, but yeah, there was an air mattress in there.
Crazy. And you having these cars is something that you always wanted. So it was like you just fulfilling your dreams at that time.
Fucking right. No, still presently right now. Me and my homeboy just was riding around in the old Mercedes, like fucking.
I seen that.
Like yeah, the listening to everything that dropped that year. We was listening to All Eyes on Me. Every record on there, Pac talking about a 500 Benz, and we just driving around in that bitch laughing. I had a pretty good day today. That shit is cool. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like, I was telling my partner because I was riding around going by homies who I knew who might have still had CDs at their house. So I was like, this car is like making me walk back through that. You know what I'm saying? So it was like a time machine in itself. Like the whole day was just good, like because of that.
You said that apartment that you had was the dream apartment that you always wanted to live at, right?
Yeah, that was the building I wanted to live in for sure. Hell yeah, I wanted to live right there. It used to be like a big department store when I was a little boy.
Yeah.
On prime real estate. Everything cool came, you know, like your good clothes. When you had to take pictures for school or something, like you probably went to Kraus and got like a jean fit and shit like that. So I ended up living in that building. I'm kind of like Batman, dog. The more I realize it, like laying it out on you. I'm impressed with what I've done.
Now, your first rap check was $5K.
Yeah, $5,000. Blew it.
Blew
it immediately. Like? Do you even know what happened with that $5,000?
You went and bought a car.
Yeah, I bought a Monte Carlo like 10 minutes after that. Like immediately. I hadn't even like, my nigga, I didn't take a picture of that money and put it on MySpace like niggas was doing. Nothing. I liquidated it immediately.
Because you knew that soon after that you were going to do another show and make another $5K.
Yeah, you know, and then I would buy a couch or something. But I didn't. I bought an El Camino. I was just fucking around, dog. I don't know. You gotta tighten up. Let that be a example to people, you know? I should have got furniture earlier in the game.
Yeah. Now, around that time, you left Cash Money. And you said before that your dad said you was tripping when you left Cash Money.
Yeah, my dad thought I was nuts for leaving Cash Money. And right before that, I left fucking Masterpiece. So he was like, what is this self-destruction path you're on? These are millionaires. This, you know, it seems like it's about to work out for you. Every time it looks close to about to go, you walk away from it. Like, so you should probably get a job because you don't want to do this. Because clearly if you wanted to do this, you would accept your blessing and you would do like the fuck out of this, you know what I'm saying? But it wasn't what I wanted to do. Like how college not for everybody, and then like motherfucker leave and then make a new phone and becomes a zillionaire, and it's like, yeah, I wouldn't have did this if I was at school. So I wouldn't have did this if I was with Cash Money. Like, ain't no telling what I would be. Maybe my face would be on the side of buses and shit, whatever. But that's not even what I want. Ultimately, I just want to be rich and like normal so I could go to the store. So it's working out pretty good.
Yeah. And then your mom on the other side, she's motivating you. She's telling you to keep doing your thing.
She's a mom. Yeah.
And
my mom thinks I can fly. Like whatever I say, you know what I'm saying? That's what she on, for sure. So that's why I did it. Like to prove her right. It wasn't so much like showing my dad up, like, yeah, nigga, blah, blah, blah. It was like, nah, my mom putting everything on it, so I got to do it.
Yeah. Did that kind of hurt y'all relationship a little bit that, you know, your dad was kind of...
Yeah, I got my mom a Benz and I got my dad an Impala. So, yeah, my dad got a Chevy and my mom got a Benz, so I think it did hurt the relationship. Nah, his shit hella new. He's straight. He likes it. He didn't
Yeah.
want the Benz. I'm fucking with you.
Now, when you leave Cash Money, you move back to New Orleans.
Yeah. Well, the whole time I never really moved away at no point except for when I was like in New York around 2009, 8 and 9 or whatever. But I moved around a lot more. Like we was in Miami recording and shit a lot, so we had apartments out there and all. But I always was here.
You're back in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Are you like did you like crash at your mom's spot, or like are you living with a
No.
homie at the time?
No. I still had my spot. It was before the Kraus building. I had an apartment though. It wasn't at the illustrious spot where I moved to at the end of the story, but I still had that joint. I was living in Harahan. I had an apartment. Yeah. So I was all right. I had a couple cars in the apartment that the
Right.
lights used to go out at sometimes because, the bread was a little short sometimes.
So, what are you doing at that time to get by? Like, are you hustling on the side? Are you selling sneakers? Are you selling cars?
Pretty much, whatever could move. I was doing T-shirts and shit at the time, bro. I had already came up with like my little brand. Before Jet Life, we was doing Fly Society, so I was printing those shirts up, and making sure I had enough to pay the rent and keep the lights on. I was like breaking even and shit,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then
And
occasionally, like you step in shit and you might catch a show, and then that kind of sets you straight, like for a month or two. You know what I'm saying? If you get a show, so.
yeah. So you're back in New Orleans and you're just thugging it out, hustling, dropping music. What was that big break where you was like, you know what? I can do this shit on a high level consistently and make money and buy whatever I want, buy me a crib, buy that car I want.
I always knew that I always knew I could pretty much change everybody's life who was close to me through music the whole time because I saw Master P and Silk the Shocker like buy Ferraris at a whim. And then when I went to Cash Money, like I saw like how people's lives would be changed. Like even mine, like when I got there, just how things had changed, you know what I'm saying? So I always knew what I wanted out of this shit. It was no moment that clicked to where I was like, I could take care of myself with this, because the whole time it was evident, you know what I'm saying?
We reported on Say Cheese a few months ago, and we reported that you dropped 8 tapes in 2021. And
All right.
it was mixed reviews about it. You know, a lot of people feel like that are Currency fans, they loved it. But then on the flip side, a lot of people feel like that's too consistent. Like you're dropping too much. Like slow down, let me catch up.
Yeah, but I mean, with it slow down, let me catch up if it's something you like, and then it's art, so it's not gonna expire before you get to it. It's not like you bought too much fucking groceries. Like, it's gonna wait, and then when you get to it, you get to it. That's how shit work. You always find shit like, oh, I didn't know this came out. I didn't know dude dropped this. That's why I do so much of that shit. Like, my favorite artist, Max B, did so much music before he went to jail that today I might find a song that I never heard and I think I know all dude shit. You know what I'm saying? And he been gone. That dude been in jail since since I got some real money. That dude been in jail, so I don't even know how long ago that was. So that's
How
the
many
whole
tapes do
point
you
of
think you
working.
have total?
That's the whole point of working that much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. How many tapes do you feel like you have total?
I don't know. I was just about to tell you. It's like cars. Like, you know what I'm saying? I like them. I could never have too. How is it too many cars? If I know how many cars I like, how is it? How could it be too many? So if it's for the people who like my music, how could I have oversaturated them with music? Like, they take all of it and process all of it when it drop because they want it. So it's like drugs. You're not gonna have too many bricks. you know, because they always going the people who your clients gonna always come to you, so that's guaranteed money. So
Yeah.
I do not subscribe to that school of thought.
Mm.
Yeah.
I just interviewed a rapper named Certified Trapper. He's from Milwaukee, and like yourself, he dropped
Yeah,
33
and
tapes in
I
2 years.
saw like y'all say he made like X amount of dollars. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that kind of shit. I believe that. I believe that if there's people that's gonna come, like all motherfucker got to do is free damn near to drop to produce the music. Once you get your setup initially, the cost of buying all that shit, and you get out of that hole for you to work. You know what I'm saying? That's cool, but that's gonna make you do shows, and then that's money that you touch it. And at them shows, you could sell shirts and all the rest of your merchandise. And if you underground, like I didn't hear a dude tell y'all till that post. So that means his fans know how tough it is to get his stuff, to see him and shit. So when they go to the show, they gonna clear the merch table out. And then between the merch table and the money he made at the show, he could fucking wake up tomorrow and buy a farm if he wanted to. So the stats are probably super true. You know, I know what that's like. There's people who wouldn't believe like the numbers we pull in because they don't see me on BET jams and shit. So it's like it can't be, you know what I'm saying? That's not right. That's cap. But that's actually like how the fuck it is, you know.
Well, I know if he's making 25,000 a month, you're on a totally different level.
Yeah, come on. We got like a few things going more than mixtapes, you know. So yeah, but we don't want to get into that. That's when everybody gets pissed, and
Right.
you know it's about who's making this and blah blah blah. I don't want to do none of that. I just, you know, how Ace Boogie said, like we just gonna make money and niggas not gonna talk. B, you know, we just gonna make ours. It's good.
What do you have to say to people who feel like dropping that much music, it becomes a quantity over quality thing?
Yeah, that's true. If you're not making good stuff, that's, you know what I'm saying. That's like when you mass produce some shit, then yeah, you're gonna drop the ball because you just become a printing press and you're just stamping it out like that. But that's not what we doing. Like we working out of love. If we ain't love doing the shit, then we wouldn't do it. I got enough shit going on at the house to where I wouldn't leave the house. I got enough shit to fucking just ride around in to keep me from coming here. The engineer got enough to do, like the homies got enough other shit to do. And then the way I work is weird. Like you might be walking into the movies with your girl when I call you, like, bro, my nigga, like, I'm trying to get out, like, but you know, I don't know when I'm gonna want to do this shit. So like, you mind like sliding, you know, let's do this shit. And then it's probably never gonna be over till like 6 in the morning. Everyone's mad, you know what I'm saying? But like, then the shit gonna work out. And then it levels off, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. Well, out of all the tapes, I think I counted before this interview on Apple Music. You got like 46 tapes on Apple Music.
yeah, well that's cause of clearances. Like, you know, I rapped over so many just instrumentals and shit. We like took a lot of jacking a lot of beats like to get on, so we can't get none of that shit to be on YouTube. I mean on Apple Music.
Yeah.
Had to clear that shit. I don't know Dr. Dre. I rapped over hella Dr. Dre beats. I don't know that man. Man, I'd be furious. So no.
Out of those 46 tapes though on Apple, I'm talking about the ones that are out on the DSPs. Which one of those tapes is that tape?
I don't listen to myself. So I don't know, you know, like which one do people talk about? I kind of don't pay attention to that shit neither. Like I don't. I had the most fun, me, doing Hot August Nights with Nard and B. They weren't here, but the time in my life was insane. It was a good time. The homegirls were around. There's a swimming pool, and on the other side, like right on the other wall of the studio, my son was in Maryland. It was just me, just making music, and the crew and the homegirls. It was a good time. So yeah, that's like the best. That was the best tape, you know.
Yeah. Do you still write?
Do I still write?
Yeah.
I only write.
Okay. So you don't go in and just freestyle, punch in.
Nah, I write it right on the spot. I write it here. Some people have deemed that a freestyle because they're like, no, you made it right then on the spot. You're not writing at home, but nah, I like write in here. It don't take but like 10, 15 minutes, so I just do it in here. I don't write at home because of that. Like I'm so happy, like God bless me to where I don't have to like look in the sky and think of raps and go outside and do all that kind of shit. And, you know, it just happened because I'm just rapping about what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? If I had to tell you Scarface's story in my rap, then it would take me an hour to write that verse because I'm lying. Yeah.
You know, because most of these young cats, they hear Lil Wayne didn't write, Jay-Z didn't write, and they think that they don't have to write. They think it's too. They think.
Yeah. Well, God blesses everybody differently. Like they didn't have to write, and they made those great verses, you know. But that was their blessing. Like you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Because there's motherfuckers who can write who can't write good. Just because you're writing, and that don't mean it's gonna be good. So you can't just do shit just because, like, you know what I'm saying? LeBron James can probably dunk from the free throw line. So all right, tomorrow morning, let's all suit up and go do it. That don't work. It's all about finding like what your blessing was, what's set up for you. You know what I mean?
Right. Now, we're approaching 420. I booked you for a few shows. Me and my guy Paul booked you for a few shows.
Come on.
About 5-6 years ago.
Come on. We made a little paper together. Let's go. I said we made a little money together then.
Yeah.
That's right.
And you know, I don't really do shows no more, but promoters tell me on 420, you, Snoop Dogg, Wiz, y'all are like, it's impossible to get y'all for 420 shows.
Yeah. You would have had to book 420 next year. Me, you would have had to call Musa spring of 1989 to book that date. Honestly, bro, it's in stone. I'm set. That's a blessing. Like Devin the dude, it's a few motherfuckers. My partner, it's a good grip of us who can count on getting paid. You know what I'm saying? April 20th for sure. You're gonna be somewhere.
And those bookings are totally different from. Those price range are totally different from a regular show.
Well, I mean, that's a conversation you probably gotta have with my man. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like if it was up to me, I think it's the same. It's just about the venue, like where you putting it at, how many people gonna be there and shit like that.
Yeah,
you know. Yeah, I don't think it's a different booking fee. I think the price on the key is the price on the key.
Now, I remember we talked about in our last interview. You said that your mom, she kind of like she changed your career. Well, she changed your life. You said that you had her listen to the tape How Fly.
Yeah, my mom and Will's mom. Yeah, for sure. Because at that point, that was like kind of both of ours like entrance back into the game, kind of stepping away from the majors. Like he had already kind of had his bout with Atlantic, and then my thing with like Cash Money Universal had fizzled out. So we both was like, all right, we just back in. So my mom is kind of that's my angel investor. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't never about bread. It's just how much she dug me. You know what I'm saying? Like she knew all this was coming. So when we had the music that I thought was gonna get us back in the game, I had her, sit down and listen to it. And then we did the same thing with Wiz Mom. That's true.
And Wiz contacted you on MySpace.
Yeah, well, his listeners hit me on Twitter because I didn't respond to him on MySpace. So everybody was all mad. They're like, yo, Wiz hit you on MySpace and you too good to hit him back, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh shit. So fucking I hear Brown was like, they want us to do a song, but we should just do a whole tape. And it's just like a blessing that he was cool. Cause I had just drew out, man. I'm like, yeah, let's just do the tape. And motherfucker ain't know if we was gonna even fuck with each other like that. You know what I'm saying? But it was right. You know.
Right.
If it's for you, you know, it's gonna happen. So that was spoke already. Like that shit was supposed to go like that.
Yeah. And at this time, you and Wiz,
You high.
he came down to New Orleans, and y'all, I don't want to say broke, but y'all kind of were like getting out the mud together.
We was broke. We were broke. Yes. That's fine.
I didn't want to say
you
broke.
have to put all that on it. We were broken.
You,
We were broken young black men. Yes, it was fucked up. It was fucked up. We definitely woke up in my spot because I used to turn the ceiling fan on before I go to sleep because I would fear waking up to the power not being on in my fucking apartment. So I would cut the ceiling fan on purpose so that I could wake up and just look like this and see if the fan's still spinning, like to know if I can even get my hopes up. Like with the fan not spinning, like just sleep for as long as the house is gonna stay cold because the power's out, you jackass. But if the fan's still spinning, then it's on. So yes, we were broke.
what is broke though? I mean, broke to you could be 10,000. Broke
is the power is out. Else. That we do not. I don't have enough to pay to see where I'm going in this apartment. That's broke. That's broke by any definition. I cannot pay the bill. I can't pay the bill. That's broke.
Damn.
Oh, clearly you never woke up with your power off. That's a blessing.
Oh yeah, plenty of times.
So fucking cool. Damn. All right. That's cool, dog.
Nah, plenty of times. So, how Fly changed all of that?
It set the ball in motion. It set the ball in motion. We got like a lot of shows separately. We didn't even have to go do shit at the same time. Like shit had kind of picked up a bit more, and I kind of like learned my lesson about fucking off paper, kinda. So I kind of was into the mode of like kind of holding on to it for a minute and seeing what I had. And it began to snowball, you know, and then like Double XL called and gave me the freshman 10 cover, and then that kind of bolstered the shows into a different thing. And shit, then after that was like what Pilot Talk and shit came around. Then right. We were touring.
We spoke on before about the media, you know. It was a time where like the media was trying to put you and Wiz against each other.
Yeah, and I don't even understand like what. I don't get what it was. They would like ask me if I felt like some kind of way because like he was fucking had songs on Fast and the Furious, and then I was like still like underground, but that's by our design. Like he also made the song that goes on Fast and the Furious. He made a song that sounds like it should go on there. That's not what the fuck I'm doing. That's not, you know what I'm saying? So how could I ever trip, you know? So it never been no thing, never. But they used to try to see like, you know, they would poke and see if I felt like, if I thought something, but nah.
So today, 2023, like, do y'all talk often or?
Motherfuckers moving around. I'ma be like keeping 100. We didn't talk like we weren't talking ever talking every day. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's your homie, it don't matter if y'all ain't talk for a week. You know what I'm saying? 2 weeks when y'all see each other, it's on bang bang bang. We all doing the same thing. So it never was like that. But that's what made us work. You know what I'm saying? Because we might jam up and see each other every day for a month straight and not want to fight, not have complaints about one another in each other's space or whatever. But then after that, the game will take us away from each other for hella long, and fucking that's what make that shit count when we do jam up.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Soulja Boy, he came out tweeting that he was the first rapper to wear Bape.
Uh-huh.
A lot of people brought your name up.
Uh-huh.
A lot of your fans, they were like really defensive about that.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, there were pictures floating around of you wearing Bape, you know, early in your career. But in our last interview, you gave credit to Jadakiss.
Yeah. In the Time Is Up video. I need to see if that's real. Can you look up Jadakiss Time Is Up? It's him and Nate Dogg. And before he and they shot that video in New Orleans. And before he walked up into that room or whatever, like they had a second line outside, he picked his pants leg up and he had green, yellow, and blue Bapesters on.
Yeah, 13 years ago.
What? Jadakiss and Nate Dogg, Time Is Up. Because I know it wasn't Air Force Ones, but I felt like that was the first time I saw him.
Yep.
Yeah. That's before I started. That was before I had fucking. When did this come out? That wasn't not 13 years ago.
The video.
That's 13 years ago. It might have hit YouTube 13 years ago.
Yeah, so before
that's different. YouTube didn't exist prior.
Uh-huh.
So that's what that means. That shit older than that.
Yeah, 04. This came out 04.
2004? All right, bam. That's when I saw him. That's before I had an NERD album and knew that Pharrell had them, you know. So that that's my fault, you know. I'm pretty sure, I feel like they had them first, but I didn't know. I saw Jadakiss with them first. So that's who I give it to. I'm glad that my people wanted to fight about the shit. But, you know, because I always say Wayne caught a bad bag with the clips about that. Like, Pusha T was all pissed at him for Bape, and it's like, I fucking showed the homie Bape. He didn't fucking take that from y'all. I was like, yo, he thought I had Converse on in the studio. And I was like, no, and showed him on the computer what they were. Then he proceeded to fucking flex a Lil Wayne wallet and buy the whole website on me. But, you know, it's all good.
It don't really seem like you care about little shit like that.
Like
I
what?
mean, it's a lot of things.
Who had the Bapes first?
Yeah, just little shit. Like, I see a lot of people, you know, they say Wiz was doing certain shit that you had put him on and shit like that.
But yeah, but long as you keep it funky, then it's cool. Like Wiz said though. Like, he did this thing with Complex where he told him, he was like, nah, like, dude, like, pretty much put it together. So, you know, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? It's good.
Yeah.
People just, you know, people who care about my music and shit, they just protective of me. And the fact that I don't, like, wave a banner about what I started and what I put niggas on, like, they think that people gonna forget or not give me the credit. But those people don't really value my music anyway, so I don't want credit from them. I only want the credit from the people who are into the art that we make. So, like, those people who want to fight about it, the credit they give me is the credit I want. I'm not tripping off, like, cheap credit, you know?
Yeah.
Because that credit go everywhere. Like, whatever popping, that's what they gonna fuck with, so I am straight.
You recently did a collab with Bape,
Did a
right?
collab with Bape? Yeah. Yeah, I did. It's pretty good. That's true.
And it sold out right away?
Yeah, immediately. I don't know, within seconds. It was seconds or it was minutes? Seconds. Yep. Yep. I mean, attribute it to, like, there's, like, people who really give a shit, and then there's, like, resale people and robots and shit. So, like, Jet Life listeners had to fight against shit, you know what I'm saying? It was kind of unfortunate, but it all went within seconds.
If you could do a collab with Jordan, which retro would it be?
Fuck. Threes?
I knew you was gonna say that.
Yeah, but I wouldn't fuck with them. I wouldn't make them Mardi Gras color. I wouldn't like do nothing. I would make the ones that he had on because like people always like talk about like oh, it don't feel the same, it don't but I get like multiple pairs, so I don't never have to deal with the wear and tear if it do get like that. But I would just speak with the people there and like find out what fabrics exactly were used in this year, how thick was the sole, all this to spec, and then do the shoe again. Like that's it. That's all I would do.
Do you feel like too many Jordans are being released these days?
No, I don't know what you mean. Like all
Back
those
then,
other colorways and shit. I mean, it's like for the kids. It's for everybody who wasn't. People who have Jordans on right now never saw Michael Jordan play. So they don't even know what they're doing. They just know like I gotta get J's. Like they don't even know like the significance of it or like what game he played or did the Fresh Prince had these on in fucking 91? Or did Martin have them on? Like that was in real time. So like right now they don't know. It's just so they could come out in any color and do whatever they want and just make them match shit. It don't matter.
The sneaker game now, how do you feel about it? Do you feel like it's oversaturated, it's watered down?
I mean, like I said, the robots get everything, and then shoes that were $130 if you went to Foot Action are $1,000 because you gotta buy them from somebody who have their whole garage full of every pair of the shoe that was in the town. But get your paper, so. It's all good, because I know some people who do resell, and they fucking, like, taking care of their families with the shit, so I can't hate on that. Long as you figure out how to do it and get on top, I ain't tripping. Sometimes I buy shit from them, too, I don't go to fucking, I'm not getting in the line at Foot Locker or sleeping outside of nowhere, so sometimes I gotta pay resellers, and it's a blessing that you could hit them at any moment and get exactly the shoe you want because you missed the drop. You wouldn't have been able to do that like in 2002. You know what I'm saying? Like you didn't get up, your mom didn't go get in line for you while you was at school. You didn't get the shoes, and that's that. But now you could call somebody and be like, I'm talking about the ones that came out in 2012, like blah blah blah, and they could pull them for you. Right. It's just like how important is it to you?
You're one of the only celebs that blew up in New Orleans that decided to stay in New Orleans. I mean, on the news outside looking in, I mean, New Orleans is the murder capital.
Yeah.
Thousands of car thefts.
Yeah, this is it. I'm gonna say this. That's the only reason that I think otherwise. Like, me having my son make me look at where I'm at now. It was just me, so it don't matter. Like, I got a funny feeling, like, about existence and, like, purpose, you know what I'm saying? Like, I took care of everybody that was close to me. My mom, my dad straight, my sister straight, so it's like, it's whatever. But now I know I kind of got to stay, like, I can't let nothing happen to me because everything mattered to him. You know what I'm saying? So like, I think about like me still being here because he got to grow up and then navigate. Like I got lucky and survived. Like everybody is dead or in jail. So like, he in that same basket. Just because he for me don't mean can't nothing happen to him. Cause like my first friend, the first murder that happened in my loop, like I was 11 and my buddy was 12. And the dudes who shot him was like 12 and 13 or 13 and 11 or some shit like that. So like he's in the draft once he get fucking, and they get crazier as they get younger now. So fucking like that have me thinking like, I got like when I told you like the best time of me making my tape, like that's my explanation. Like that's what I mean. Like, cause my whole world is just him. So when he was not here, like the music was driven different. Cause now, like when bruh's around, like it bleed into my music and shit. Like I don't like I'm more mindful about even what people say who on records with me and shit like that. Cause I don't want shit to be too just dark, and I just believe in shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only reason like I even think twice about being here, but I know my purpose. I know why I'm here. And outside of taking care of the people close to me, like I'm having fun with the bread we getting, and I'm showing people around that it's tangible and that they could do that shit. Like when I was younger and I saw like the whole like Cash Money records, like on the way to the airport, and I saw all these cars painted the same color and shit, like to see it and know that this was just like fucking Wayne went to school with me. So I was like, oh, like, you know, like the shit right there, like you could put your hand on it. You know what I'm saying? So it's nobody with no Rolls Royces and shit around here now. Birdman not out here, you know? So I was here to see all that. So now I got to do that shit now. So it's times where like Musa, and we done had that talk. I'm like, man, we have to get up. Like I want to go to sleep, but just get up and let's just go drive this shit around and ride past the places where people in line going and shit. Just so a motherfucker be like, fuck, you know, like, cause a lot of time when somebody say something to me about one of them, I'm like, you know, well, what color you gonna get? Like when you get your shit, you know what I'm saying? Because I want more of that. We travel around and you'll see fucking 100 fucking Rolls Royces and whatever just rolling around. Nigga, you know that's my car. Or you know that's bruh. Like, that's whack. Like, it need to be more of that shit around here, you know? So that's really what I move around and stay here for, to do that. But my son had me thinking about this shit so much. It's just like a blessing that he just young and he in the bubble right now because of that. But the age, you know, it's gonna get that way. He got to deal with shit. And I just know I was lucky, you know what I'm saying? I was around a lot of shit.
Yeah.
And my parents in my life, like, you know what I'm saying? I had both my parents and everything. So they did everything right. But it still was situations that they could have lost me to and been wondering how the fuck I even was there. You know what I'm saying? So I know, and my son cool as shit. So I know he's gonna be like it could be like that. You know, like it's a gift and a curse. Like when you cool, motherfuckers will let you in the inner circles and you end up places where you're not even supposed to be and shit just cause you fucking cool. And older motherfuckers gonna look out for you because you cool. Like a lot of motherfuckers who thought they was helping me kind of was crashing me out, like introducing me to shit and bringing me around shit. Really that was fucking me up. And I'm thinking about it like, damn, like this nigga gonna be, you know, what they thinking because he's so cool, they letting, oh nigga, yeah, hit the weed. Like that shit was player because it was me, but nigga, you fucking pass, you know what I'm saying? Like I can't have that. Not now. Like I don't know, you know what I'm saying? I don't even know, bro. Cause I ain't never had no kid before. You know what I'm saying? So that shit have me all in the loop about this bitch. But I know that I make a lot of shit tangible and people know they could do shit because we bring this shit around. So I know I gotta stay. If that was the basis of the question, you know. Yeah.
Absolutely. Let me ask you this though. You living in New Orleans, does it feel like the murder capital? Does it feel like
because I mean you drive past the shit. Every day you're gonna drive past fucking somewhere where that black thing is and there's something going on, or you're gonna ride past where you definitely remember something happened. But then my mom lived right across the street from me, so fucking my dad is addicted to the fucking news. So then it's only what they talk about on the news. So you definitely know where you at. You know what I'm saying? And it's only a while before the shit come close to home. You desensitized to it till they tell you it was you saw so and so yesterday, and then now you're not gonna see them, or you meant to call so and so, or you been thinking about reaching out to a nigga, and then they get checked out.
Now you recently tweeted. Well, you tweeted a few years back that you will never change your profile picture. You're gonna keep it with Lil Snupe in it.
Yeah, Lil Snupe. That's still my man. That's fucked up what happened. And I feel like in the recent rise of like youth, like the young rappers making like millions of dollars quick, I feel like he'd have been a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? And I think that that the fool that smoked him kind of had that in the back of his mind the whole time and probably wasn't into seeing him, you know, with that. Because anybody who knew him, you could see, I've heard this in like song lyrics, like you could see the future in his eyes. I don't know who I heard say that, or if they were talking about a lady or what, but my little partner, you could actually see like the future in his eyes. You know what I'm saying? Like I always talk about when I first got my flying spur, and he was in that motherfucker tripping, and I'm like, "What's up?" He was like, "Nah, like I don't know, like when I'm gonna get in a Bentley again." Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, nigga, you actually tripping. Like you gonna have like 30 Bentleys by the end of the year, my nigga. Like you bugging, and motherfucker crashed out on him. So, so I could never change the picture of him on Twitter because I can't take no other pictures with him.
Mm. Yeah, he had a bright future. He was next.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh man.
Yeah. Rest in peace. LeBron or Jordan?
Jabron. Michael James. LeBron Jordan. You know, I never met Mike, but I've supported him for a long time. And so have my parents. So I don't know, you know. LeBron's the homie though. So, you know, who would I like, you know, plays like a fucking Street Fighter tournament with? LeBron James. Yeah. Michael Jordan didn't want to take a picture with Chameleon, so I doubt he would want to play Street Fighter with me. Yeah, I heard he's not into rappers like that.
If you had to bet your whole car collection on them to shoot the game-winning shot in their prime,
Michael Jordan. My money's got to go on Michael Jordan. Yeah, for sure. Hell yeah. That dude had the fucking Tina Turner song, Simply the Best. It was synonymous with Michael Jordan. That shit's crazy.
When was the last time you paid for weed? Like, I know, like, weed is like your fucking right hand, your best friend. When was the last time you had to like pay for weed? Like you had to in order to get it.
The day I wrote Famous. The day that I wrote Famous, because me and my partner Lil L was waiting on the weed man, and I was bummed. And he was like, man, you know what, bro? Like, I see this shit. Like, in a minute, you just gonna be smiling and just, you know, just have money. And you just, every day, you just gonna be looking famous. And that shit was crazy. I was like, damn, let's go to the studio. Like, right when the weed got there, went to the studio. And I ain't give a fuck what beat Monster Beats put on. The song was gonna be called Looking Famous, and we were gonna knock that shit out, but everything worked out tight. And it's one of, like, I could never take that song out my set list ever. Like, people love that record.
So
and
you haven't bought
I don't think I bought
weed in over 11 years?
Do I what? Remember what year that was?
That was a little over 11 years ago?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I haven't bought weed in like 11. You know what? That's the kind of post y'all be having. That's look. Oh, you drawing for the post. Yeah. Currency says he hasn't paid for weed in 11 years. Fucking right. Yeah.
This is definitely a Say Cheese post.
Yeah, that's the Say Cheese post right there. Yep. Just put me like that. Just hasn't paid for weed in 11 years. Fucking right. Fucking right. While them niggas be rapping about, I bought a pound, you know, we just bought, pop. We are the weed. Them niggas bought it from us. And they rapping about being drug dealers. Nigga.
Before we get out of here, the Hellcat. Have you bought one? Have you bought a Hellcat yet?
No. Does Chevrolet make the Hellcat?
No.
When does the Chevrolet Hellcat come out?
Never.
All right. Well, I mean, I'm glad there's more than one car made in the great U.S. of A. But my allegiance in this country is to Chevrolet. Outside of that, you know, we got Ferraris and Bentleys and shit sprinkled around because you got to have the rap shit. But, you know, I'm not going to have a Dodge Viper or a Ford Mustang or a Hellcat. You know,
Well, you
my
know, it's the
mom's like
last
a
year-
junior deacon now. You know, she recently went from the boss. Well, she's still the boss of the car game. She's still the car game lady, but she's like a junior deacon. So if I park a car across the street from her and it's called a Hell's anything, I think we probably have another conversation. So nah, I don't think I could get the Hellcat, Jack.
You know it's the last year for the Hellcat.
I know,
and
and
the
this
value
new
is
one, this
going
bitch
crazy.
gonna be like $100,000. It got 1,000 and something horsepower, and I want one of the homies to get one. I thought about it, but I can't. Like I love the new Camaros too, like the ZLs and all them shits.
Yeah.
But I can't pay like $100,000 for a Camaro, cause like I paid $11,000 for a Camaro, like an IROC. You know what I'm saying? And then like the 30th anniversary Camaro, like that was a little pricey. You know what I'm saying? But I can't do it. That's like Corvette money. You might as well just get a vet.
Yeah.
I guess the Hellcat well, they don't make a Viper no more. They don't have another supercar there. There's nothing to battle against the Corvette or like the fucking GT40 and shit from Ford. So they gotta ramp that Hellcat up into some crazy thing. Yep, never. I remember Lil Uzi got that Hellcat, kept trying to get me to drive the bitch. Nope, couldn't do it. I don't want no Hellcat.
What about cars going electric?
It makes me sad, but I know it's saving the earth. They put that sound in there for motherfuckers who want their shit to sound like it have an engine, and that shit sound like video games. I don't like that. And as for like everything that make me like cars and shit, that electric shit is completely against like the shit that make, you know, a car guy. You know what I'm saying? But I know it's good for the earth, so I just feel like they both can exist. The introduction to them makes some people want to not drive cars, so that helped the earth. But they can't do no mandatory like park y'all shit and swap over to the Jetsons shit. That can't happen.
Yeah.
Could never happen. You think they stormed the fucking Capitol for Donald Trump before? Those same people would be so upset if they couldn't drive their fucking Trans Ams to Cars and Coffee. My nigga, you crazy?
How many cars do you have total? Is it still 36?
Nope. We just got a couple of Benzes and so 38. See, it was 36. It was 36 back then. So that was, I didn't have, and then the homie gave me that Monte Carlo. That was before I got that fucking 77, that lowrider. So that's 37. Was it before the pace car? I had that pace car? Yeah, I had that. I didn't have that 30th anniversary Camaro, so 38. Nigga, watch this. And then I just got them two Benzes. 40. Nigga, I gotta make a song tonight. I did not know I had 40 cars. Definitely starting to wrap up with that.
Pick 3 out of the collection. You can only pick 3.
The green 64. The Ferrari. And the fucking 4-door 1994 AMG W124 Hammer Mercedes-Benz that my manager / great best bud doesn't think that I should have bought because he feel like I should have got S600, but I feel like
the white one you just
let's get the S600 as well, you know, as my birthday approaches. That's what I think. I bought this last purchase came with a text that said, I swear, bro, no more cars in 2023. So I don't want to buy this S600, but I do want it. I do want the S600. I do want one, a white one. between the years of 1995 and 99. If it has to go to 2000, I guess twist my arm if it still look the same. But there we go.
Do you have
Because I
like
know,
a private...
where you get the man who has everything. That's what they say. That's the excuse. Oh, he's got everything. We don't know what to get him. I'm saying specifically what to get me. All right.
Yo, is there like a private garage or something that you put these cars in?
Yeah,
or what?
thank heavens that my manager, best friend, has acquired a warehouse to stash away the vehicles that aren't in my current rotation. So there's shit at my house, shit at my mom's house, shit at the studio, and that's the shit that I want to get to like on the daily. And then the warehouse have like the rest of the stuff so it stays safe.
Why won't you raffle one away? You know, there are YouTubers who raffle
Yeah,
cars.
I love those guys.
Like,
I hope I win one of their cars and then add it to the 40. I want all my shit and everything come from like a time. Like something happened in my life to where I was up enough to say, all right, let's spin this, because I don't really do that. If that was the case, I don't know how many cars I had. I'd be fucked up. Like I always want a car. So I can't really do it until we up, you know what I'm saying? Until we won something. So each one have a story to it or like why I did it, you know. These last two was crazy because I think I had a dream where I might have did some shit like bought 2 cars in 1 week, but that shit, like when one got to the crib, I had fucking ordered pushed the button on the other one. You know what I'm saying? Like that happened all in the 1 week, so I'm nervous.
Jermaine Dupri and yourself, y'all have an album coming out?
For motivational use only. It drops on my birthday, April 4th, which is also Atlanta Day, 404.
Okay.
Yeah, it's an EP though. It's just 7 records. We got like 40 some records in the computer, but we gonna drop on 7 and then maybe like 10 and then maybe 13 and then, you know, like that. Each time we drop it, it'll be more records on it until we empty the whole clip. We gotta make sure you're not going OD, so we give you 7 at first so you could build your immune system up and get ready for it.
Most definitely, man. Hey, appreciate this rerun.
We nailed it.
Musa, I owe you. Currency, I owe you.
Well, you owe me. Check it out. It's. Do you want me to send you links from online for the S600s?
Yes, please.
All right, you owe me. Let's just settle it, bro. I'm not talking about nothing crazy. It's not no new one. I'm not talking about no new shit. I'm talking about old, like 1998. I wasn't clear between 95 and 99.
It's the white one, right?
Oh, you do know. Thanks, bro.
Come on, man. Stop playing. I seen it.
All right, solid, man. I'll send you some links. Thanks.
All right, hey, y'all be safe, man.